Hi guys, I had a comment on one of my old rubber band powered car videos, 9-year-old video. I got a bit confused by the way the question was asked. It was, can you make the car go faster when it's on the flat after going down a 30-degree incline? And I'm thinking about it, overthinking it, and I'm thinking, well, if we're talking a 30-degree incline, what we're talking about there is one of these gravity-powered cars rolls down the incline to build up its momentum and then travels along a flat surface for a certain distance. 4 meters they want it to go. But I couldn't understand what you would do to it to make it go faster when it's on the flat. All you can do is keep your friction to the minimum, because once it's run down the slope, it's got no more power going into it, so you can't increase its speed anymore. You can just reduce the speed that it slows down at, or the rate that it slows down at, by reducing friction. But then he came back and said, once it's done the slope test, they can then modify it to do the distance. So it runs down the slope freewheeling, but then for the second part of the test, you can modify it, and this is where rubber band powered car comes in. You could then use it as a rubber band powered car to do a fast run. I hope that makes sense, because it got me confused initially, the way the question was coming in. So I thought I'd have a go myself. I'm going to use some wheels from some of my old cars. So they're CDs. I've got 3D printed hubs there. There'll be a link in the video description to the Tinkercad files that I use. Or just as easily, you can stick a bit of card on there, cardboard, and put a hole through the middle. I won't use these ones because the holes in these are too big already. I've used a bigger axle. The thinner the axle, the less friction there is, because there's a smaller surface area for it to rub against anything. So I got bicycle spokes there. So I'll use 4 CDs, 2 bicycle spokes, and then for the actual car chassis, I've got a bit of card here. It's, I don't know, it's about 2 millimeters thick. This actually came from an old shelf unit. It was the backing to the shelf unit. But it's the sort of thing a book, hardback book would have. They're often hard card like that, obviously with some sort of picture on them. So I'm going to cut that up. I'll cut it to the right width so I can reuse these axles. And I'll probably use drinking straws for the axle tubes. I'll just hot glue them on the end. This, which would make an ideal car chassis, it's even got holes in it, so you could use those for your axle tubes. I've done cars like that, but I'm going to use this for our 30-degree slope. I'll have to think how I'm going to calculate 30 degrees, but yeah, we'll have a go, just see if we can use that as a slope, so the car will run down that and then run along the flat. He didn't actually tell me what length the slope was, because obviously it can pick up more speed if it's a longer slope. Anyway, I will cut this to size, glue some axle tubes on it, drinking straws, and prepare it for rubber band power, but we will run it gravity style and then put rubber bands on it to do the final run. There's our piece of cardboard with drinking straw hot glued in place. I've left that drinking straw in one piece, so it goes right the way across. At the other end, we need a gap so we can wrap the rubber band round. So that's why it's just two short pieces. They overhang a little bit so that the wheels stay away from the bodywork. Okay, so I will put the wheels on and we'll give it a try as a gravity car running down a slope, see how far it goes. This is the slope I'm going to use. I would say that was less than 30, probably 15 degrees, but it'll do for what we're trying to demonstrate. So I'll put the car on that. It'll run along this way, and I'll put the camera on the tripod up here. The kitchen is, I think that's about 5 meters, the full length, but obviously we're starting nearly a meter in. So if it gets to here, that will be the 4 meters. So we'll move the camera right back. Right, if the car gets to me Crocs, then it'll have done 4 meters at least. No trouble whatsoever. What we'll do now is put some rubber bands on it and send it back the other way and put the camera down there. Right, 3 rubber bands. Through that hole. Over the back axle. Wind it round so it goes over itself. And that'll do the job. Right, camera down the other end. Put this away because we don't need it anymore. So there we go. A rubber band powered car that works just as well as a gravity powered car. 4 CDs. I use 3D printed hubs, but a bit of cardboard will do the same job. Bicycle spokes for the axles. Drinking straws for the axle tubes. And a bit of thick, hard card for the chassis. It's about 5 inches wide. People like to have dimensions. And it's just over 12 inches long. About 13 inches long. Give or take a little bit. And that's it. Job done.